I have the hobbies of a grandmother, and I stand by that. Hey, happy Saturday. It is, ooh, I should know what time it is. 11. It's 11. Totally fine. Totally fine. Game plan for today. Oh, I always forget to do this. Okay. It is day 18 of NaNoWriMo. I always have to like edit around and find when I say that because I'm like, if you're just like blindly stumbling on this video, you're like, who is this? Why is she talking like we already know her? It's Alyssa. Welcome. We're doing daily vlogs, day 18, which is almost 20, which is almost 30, which is almost done. So don't be alarmed. I'm at, my current word count is like 50,400. Yesterday I wrote like 400 words and then had a plot development come up, and then I realized I had to just do some figuring out about what that means for this next sequence I'm gonna write. So not a lot of writing. And if you watched my vlog from yesterday, like she was next level tired. Everything's fine. I slept longer today. We should be good. Today I have a large sequence of scenes to write. I need to catch up to where I put my plot, and I have the entire midpoint and the resolution after the midpoint. And the other thing is that after that sequence, the plot kind of devolves into, I mean, it doesn't devolve, I devolve into not really knowing what's happening. After this point in the book, it's just a bunch of bullet points, random things. So I need to figure that out as well. So I might do that too. My game plan is I was trying to figure out how many words I think it's gonna be so that I can figure out how many writing sprints I need to allocate, because with dictation, I found my pace to be about 100 words a minute. Like if I write for 10 minutes, I usually get about 1,000 words. Is that? Math is not my strong suit, welcome. But I have no idea. I have no idea how long this sequence is gonna be. It's very long, and this is a dual POV book, so I have like maybe 4 scenes in each POV. I have no idea how many words it is. I could not even guess. But to start with, I'm gonna do a 90-minute dictation sprint, which might be a mistake, but I'm gonna do it. I used to write in 90-minute spurts. Like over the summer, I had done all this research about that. I've talked about this before, but how apparently that's like a really good deep focus mode to get into is writing. It was like doing something for 90 minutes with no interruption. The longest dictation sprint I have done is like 30 minutes. It's just a long time to talk. I don't think I could just talk for 90 minutes straight. Like there'll probably be a couple of like reset think moments in there too. But I'm gonna do one of those, take an hour break, and then do another 90-minute sprint. And if I started my next one at 2:30, that would bring me to 4, which would actually work out really well. But then that second sprint would be during the hormone drop of the day, which, if you don't know, like women have a hormone drop between 3 and 5 p.m. usually, where you just feel more tired and then you get a hormone like kick again. It has nothing to do with what you're eating or anything. It's just like your body clock. So you're probably likely to be a little bit more tired, but there's ways to like, you can still work, like obviously. I just need to have like a coffee or something, or just like get myself hyped up, you know, do something to kick the hormones. Our bodies are amazing. Anyway. The way that I could determine so much about a case. Although I kept hoping that I wouldn't find anything there, not everything screaming. A dress that my mother would buy, with a department store when I was a kid. When she would wear for all of her. So I actually ended up writing just short of like 70 minutes. No, it would be like 75. I'd gotten through 85% of the story or of the scene, and I think it's going well, but just the conversation was just going in a weird way. And this is a scene where I need something specific to happen at the end of it, and it wasn't leading there, and so I think I just need to break for a second. But I wrote about 6,000 words. I never went on my phone or went onto any other tabs except to check the timer maybe twice. But I was just kind of thinking about, like, I had to figure out what was going to happen next. It's like that Neil Gaiman thing that he does where it's the only thing I can do is write. So it's not, so like I don't have to be writing every second during that 90 minutes, but the only thing that I can do is write. So I can't be like scrolling or watching a video or doing anything. So I kind of went that approach just because 90 minutes would have been a long time. But I'd say I probably wrote for like 80% of that. So it's 1 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go grab lunch from the store, or I might just go to Barnes & Noble because do I need to explain? It feels so good to not be on my phone for 90 minutes, which I know I'm like a broken record talking about that, like overstimulation, but it's been very prevalent. I've been noticing its effects on me more and more, so really trying to nip that in the bud. I'm just gonna listen to my audiobook, which, okay, remember when I was talking about Spotify audiobooks? Well, I didn't actually read the thing that it told me, and so you only get 15 hours a month, but you can buy more hours. And I ran out of hours like in the middle of like the climax of a thriller, and I was like, Good Morning Baltimore, no. So I did purchase, but it's still a good deal. Like you can purchase 10 hours for $10, which is essentially like there's a lot of audiobooks that's the price. So it's similar, like it's still cheaper than Audible. But I still have Audible. And I had a credit renew. So I'm really approaching an audiobook era in my life, and I can just feel it because I'm feeling like I'm about to get into like puzzles and walking and crocheting and knitting while listening to audiobooks. Like I feel like that is going to be winter for me. Hi, welcome to the Barnes & Noble parking lot. I come to you with breaking news, and that is that I did not purchase a single book at Barnes & Noble. It's a bit of an identity crisis for me, and it's sort of a lie because I did get books, but they're not like books. They're not like fiction books. I was browsing, I browsed, and I think I've just gotten a lot of books lately, and I have so many books that I haven't read yet, and usually that doesn't stop me. But I did get, since I have just an abundance of audiobooks, I got some like audiobook activities. So I got this book of crosswords. I am 100 years old. And a book of word searches. And this is the one that really gets me. It's a book full of large print word searches. I love to do a word search while I listen to an audiobook. I'm 100 years old. I have the hobbies of a grandmother, and I stand by that. And I just feel like it's so good for your brain to do this kind of activity. I really am committed to, like, I'm just idolizing me in December when I'm done with NaNoWriMo and I take a couple weeks off of writing. Maybe I might just keep going, but like just cozying up with like a nice little audiobook, doing my word searches with a cup of hot chocolate as the snow is falling. It's just the life I want to live. So that is what we have done. I think it's like already 3, which is a little awkward for me personally. 2:58, yep. So I think when I get home, whatever sprint I do, I'll do it until 5. So whenever I end up starting, Like I might get a full 90, I might get home in 10 minutes, which is not looking likely because it's just so busy in this part of town, which does make sense because it is Saturday afternoon. Like when else are the people gonna go out and live? So it might start at 4, it might start at 3:45, however long, because I'm pretty confident I can finish what I need to. This is the life I live. I also just finished reading The Coworker by Frida McFadden on audio, and let me tell you, I don't want to see a turtle. And if you've read it, you know what I mean. And if you don't want to know. This woman is obsessed with turtles, and that's all I have to say.
Well, actually 0 and 10, I guess, to do the run of police. If you're interested in following more of what I've done here in the studio, I will put my entire playlist.
Okay, I just have one little half scene to finish when I get home, so. Well, actually, no, it's 2 full scenes, but you know what? We're all gonna be fine. Hi, it's later in the evening now. It's about 9. And the question you might be asking yourself is, oh, Alyssa, did you get through all the plot? No, I did not. And it's only 9 o'clock, so like truly, if I really wanted to, I could, and I might still, but I did write like 6,000 words today. I'm also trying to maintain a balance though, because truly all I have done today is I did go to Barnes & Noble, but then I came back and I wrote, and then I went and did some stuff for work, and then came back, and now I've just been scrolling for like 40 minutes, which, why do I do this? Why? It just makes me stressed about things that like I truly do not need to be stressed about at all. Like, I think that this is, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it again. Welcome back to me ranting about social media, because I think social media, it is good because you can find a lot of community. So if you've had a struggle and you're trying to find community with people who've also had that struggle, it's great because you can relate to people and like find connections. Or if you support a certain cause, then you can find other people who support the same cause as you. And I'm like, love the community. But the problem is that they just give you all of this randomly so I will get like super invested and stressed about things that don't impact me at all. And even if they will in the future, like then I can deal with it at that point. Like I don't need to be so stressed. Today I saw a video and it stressed me out for like 40 minutes. It was this woman who had been in jail or in prison, and she was talking about how you have to, like, they take your contacts, like from your eyes, and then if you're in there for less than a year, then you just don't get any contacts. And I was like genuinely so stressed. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to see. And then I was like, I'm not in jail right now. Hopefully not ever. Why did I get so stressed about that? I'm like, yes, that's a real issue. Like we should have more humanitarianism in the prison system. I'm like, absolutely good to know, but why am I so stressed about that? Or then I get into all of the pages about childbirth and I'm like, why am I worried about this? And that's why I like the social media, so that I can know what's going on in the world and get all these different like perspectives and everything. But then I just get in these random comment sections about like, just like, oh, and then I was in this other one about, but like, I just get so stressed and caught up on things that literally do not impact me. And I think, I don't know, it's just such a mixed bag, because now that I've like seen all of these stories and comments, I'm like, well, maybe I could research more about that. And maybe that could be something that I write in a book after like looking into it a lot, and like this gives me more perspectives on things that are happening in the world. But I'm like, now I'm just stressed about all these things. Anyway, how did we get there? But anyway, that's what I've been doing this evening. And I really, when I was talking earlier about being a crossword puzzle grandma and listening to an audiobook, I was like, you know what? I just kind of want to do that today. But here's the problem, is now it's 9, so I'm gonna edit this video, so then it's gonna be time to go to bed anyway. So like, I might write more tonight, but if I do, it won't be on camera. But yeah, ending the day around 6,000. Thank you for being here today. I hope everything is going well for you, especially going into the Thanksgiving week if you're in the US and you're celebrating. I know it always just punches a wall into the schedule, but it'll be good. And that means like November's almost done. So it's always a little bit stressful, but also exciting. Progress is being made. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just saying nothing. Goodbye.